everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last episode, making an EVA foam Sentry gun part 1, you saw us get most of the bulk of the body put together. A lot of layers, a lot of lining up edges before we did our cut, which at that point it reveals the cool shape of the handle. And we had our dowel sticking out of the bottom. So now we're going to continue. In this episode, making an EVA foam Sentry gun part 2, we are going to get our handle built. We're going to get all the rest of the details put on this thing. And, it's not hard, and we're going to seal it and paint it in this episode also. Real simple paint job, weathered steel. Got a couple ways to make that look happen. Really easy stuff and some simple black details. Totally easy paint job. So no yapping, let's hit it. Alright, here we go. Here's 3 pieces that are going to make up our handle. We've got a couple 6mm pieces, and we've got this foam dowel here that's about 1 3/8 or so, which is like 30 something millimeter, 33, 34, somewhere in there. And we're going to be cutting it off right here. So we are going to cut this off on the bandsaw, and we're going to cut these by hand. Alright. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're going to be bringing this in, and we're going to be splitting this in half. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to attach this first. Alright, now comes the fun part. Now we're going to have to cut this right down the middle and Dremel a trench so we can put it on our dowel. Alright, so let's get a center mark on here. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to cut this on the bandsaw. Alright, there we go. Look at that. Bam, right down the middle. Nice. Alright, there we go. That's how far we have to do our dremeling, all the way down to right there on both pieces, and then we're going to cut this off. Alright, there we go. Now we've got our dremeling trench line marked. Alright, we don't really need a lot on the handle because the foam is going to stick. Right down in here, around the dowel, just to get some additional contact. We're going to close our seam up just like that. Wow, man, spot on. Really cool. Look at that thing, man. Wow, that is nice. Okay, what we're going to do is this. We're going to begin assembling this whole barrel at the top. And we've got these little recessed areas here. So we took our inch-thick dowel, we measured it out, we marked where this 18mm piece is going to go, right in here, and then we had to figure out each of the widths of these 3 little divots here, and then we're going to make a wrap for each of those areas. And we're going to begin by cutting this off on the bandsaw and cutting this out on the bandsaw, and then we're going to come into these 3 wraps and we're going to put a nice detail on here. All right, so let's go do these on the bandsaw first. All right, there we go. Right there, and here is our piece that's going to go right in here, just like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make these cuts on the bandsaw so we can slip this right in the middle. All right, there we go. Now this is going to come in and attach right to here and right to here. Just like that. Cool. There, like that. Right up against the edge, like that. Cut right through just like that. Okay. Very nice. All right, now when you're using a wood burner, quick safety tip, this is plastic. When you use this on this, you are burning plastic, so make sure you're ventilated. I have a fan off to the side and it blows the fumes that way so they're not going in my face. But even though that's the case, you want to throw on a dust mask just to make sure it doesn't go up your nose. Just like that. All right, there we go, perfect. Nice and uniform. Let's make sure we don't lose our number though. We've got 1, 2, and 3. All right, there we go. There's 1, 2, and 3. All right, there we go. Piece of cake. That's it, man. All right, just like that. All right, there we go. Check it out. Nice. Nah. Wow. Cool. All right, let's get some cement in here and let's get this thing stuck down. All right, there we go. Let it all dry. Center just like that. Our wraps fell right into their spots. Our dowel is touching the top of the body. Look at that rascal. Holy smokes, man. Wow. All right, nice. Really cool. That is cool. All right, we're going to put a little bit of a barrel on the front of here, and that'll be our last detail. All right, we took our circle guide. We drew 2 circles on a 6mm piece of foam. We're going to cut that out, and that is going to be our barrel. All right, now we picked a Forstner bit that we want to drill a perfect hole through the center. Actually, you know what? We might not have to do that. I think we might be spot on. We don't need a Forstner bit after all. We are going to use our brass tube technique. There we go, just like that. Oh. All right, there we go. Now we're going to come in and we are going to stick this right in the middle like that. And we're going to put some pressure on it while it bonds. Let's get our heat gun out. We're going to seal this whole thing. Just tighten up the foam. All right, look at that. Foam tightened up nicely. That's got a great look to it. Wow, this thing is tight, man. I'm loving this. Feels good in your hand. Wow, that is really cool. All right, that was it. Okay, here we go. We've got a 6mm piece of foam. Now we drew this pattern simply by lining it up here so we know exactly where our little openings are going to go. This is all right. There we go. All right, we're going to hold that down while it bonds. Laid it down right down our center line. Wow, this is sweet, man. Loving this thing, man. Look at that. All right, here we go. We took these little simple little patterns right here, cut them out of 3mm foam. Really easy stuff. All right, we're going to get some super glue down all over this piece. That's it. Let's get our heat gun and tighten those pieces of foam real quick. There you go. Wow, man, look at that thing. Good grief, is that cool. Really nice. Man, oh man. I'm loving that. Wow, that is cool. All right, so with those last little details right there on both sides, that brings the build portion of our Aeon Flux Sentry gun to a close. All right, here we are at the spray stand. We're going to begin coating our Sentry gun with our Plastidip. And you know what we always say, do not spray even outside in a well-ventilated area without your respirator. Golly, that's cool. Check that out. There it is, loaded up with Plastidip. Sealed in black rubber. It's real. Man, I love this stage. This is when it really starts to get crazy. Look at that thing. All right. Really easy coating on this thing. Really no little hidden areas to get. Had to turn the can sideways to kind of get a little skinny spray in here underneath this barrel down in here, but not that bad. Looking good, man. Look at that thing. Wow. Super jamming. All right, we're gonna leave this alone for a little bit. We're gonna let it set up and dry all the way through, and then we're gonna come in and we're gonna nail this paint job. This is a super easy one. It is going to be all metal, and there's gonna be some black pieces on it, and then the metal we're gonna weather and make it look all dirty and weathered. All right. All right, here we go. We're at the spray stand. We're going to spray our Sentry gun with our flat antique nickel. And you know what we always say, even if you're outside in a well-ventilated area, do not spray without your respirator. All right, there we go. We've got our flat antique nickel coated on here. Look at that. It's not super shiny, but it's not completely matte finish. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this set up and dry. It's actually pretty nice, but what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our matte finish sealer, and we're going to cover this flat antique nickel just to take a little bit more of the shine off so it looks like a real matte finish metal. But look at that, really sweet. All right, let's let it dry before we move on. All right, there we go. Check it out. Look at that. That was just enough. We coated it with some matte finish coating, and now it's got that metallic look, but it doesn't really have a lot of shine on it. It's much more toned down. Really cool. I really like that effect. I like the flat antique nickel with a matte varnish over the top of it. Gives it a nice steel look without being too shiny. All right, now we're going to leave this alone, let it dry. And then we're going to come in and do like a couple black parts, and then we're going to weather it. Nice. All right, we're bringing our black in. This is going to be really easy. We've got two simple areas we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this back handle and this front grip. All right, that easy. We just cut in right around these edges with the square edge of our brush. Not bad. That's it. Now, all right, super easy. Now we're going to come in here to this grip on the front. Just like that. Get a nice clean edge all the way around the whole piece, and then fill it in. That easy. No tricky stuff on this one. All right, there we go. We cut in all the way around our grip, just like that. You know what we always say, cut in and then fill it. So we did. Nothing hard about that. We just cut in around the edge and then filled it. Same thing down here. We cut in around the edge of the handle and filled it. All right, there we go. We're just going to leave this alone. We're going to let it dry. Then we're going to weather it. Okay, here we go. We're going to come in and we're going to create our super cool mud wash for this thing. So we're going to come in with our brown and our black. And some black. Now we're going to come in with our paper towel. Oh boy, look at that. And we're just going to dab it. Nice and dirtied up. That is pretty cool. It's got crud all over it. Oh, here's a little section where we didn't get any crud. That is perfect. And if you want, you can come in, hand select some areas, like that. Get it a little more cruddy. See that? Look at that. Really darkens it up now. And that's what you do. You just do a nice overall layer of crud, and then you go back in like this and you just hand pick some areas. Let's go right around here. All right, see that? And here and here. Really nice. That's how you do it. All right, there we go. There it is. That easy. Really cool. Check that out. We sprayed it with our flat antique nickel. And then after that, we came in with a matte varnish to tone down the shine a little bit, so it looks like a little bit of an aged steel without a lot of shine to it. And then we came in and we cut in all around these simple black areas and filled it in. And now we just came in with our super nice and really easy mud wash just to really dirty this thing up. And you can do as little or as much as you like when it comes to the dirtying. That's looking pretty darn tight right there. All right, sweet. All right, there you go, that's it. With that last mud washing technique, that brings our Aeon Flux Sentry gun build to a close. All right, there it was. Like every time, we say the same thing. Totally easy. Nothing on here was hard. The rest of the build went down perfectly. Easy stuff. And paint job was simple but fun. You saw how we sprayed it with our flat antique nickel. Then we sealed it with some matte varnish to take the shine down a little bit. Gives it that nice kind of aged steel look. And then we did simple black details and a mud wash. Love that mud wash. And it's got a nice level of grime and grunginess and grody-ness to it. That's it. That easy. That concludes making an EVA foam Sentry gun part 2. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.